What a beautiful afternoon it is. So beautiful. Well, this was certainly not a planned photo outing this afternoon. Oh, here's the gritter. Yeah, certainly not a planned photo outing for me today. Today is currently the 2nd of January and, well, it's that time of year, isn't it, where everything's a bit quiet. People are still on holiday over the festivities. Yeah, there's just not much going on, and I found myself this afternoon sitting on social media, doom scrolling through Instagram. My eyes were getting sore, my head was getting sore, and I felt so frustrated. As I was feeling all these feelings, I looked out the window and saw the sun had just set and the light was so beautiful. Today is a really cold day. We're expecting a lovely crisp winter's night, followed by some snow, as you just saw there with the gritter passing. It's going to be a very, very cold night. And on days like today, the light around Twilight is just phenomenal. Where the air is crisp, the light is blue. To get out at this hour on days like today and breathe in that fresh, crisp air, it is just incredible. And as you can see just by walking down the street, how lovely the light is. And it reminded me when I was looking out the window of how much I used to love going out in twilight, especially in the winter, and soaking in conditions like this. That's exactly what I've done. I've come out for a walk. I've got my 24 to 200mm lens with me, handheld, and I'm going to do some sort of creative style photography, or I'm going to push my camera to its capabilities, to its limits, and put the ISO up really high and see what I can create. But I wanted to share this venture with you because if you're having a day like me where you're sitting doom scrolling and you're starting to feel quite unwell, maybe be sharing this venture with you today of me getting out in this beautiful conditions and creating some images may inspire you to do the same. Look at the light. Phenomenal. So what I'm doing is just playing around. Street photography isn't something I normally do. I don't know if you would class this as street photography. I mean, I'm in a town, although I'm very fortunate to live in a town that's also surrounded by nature. So I guess what I'm trying to do here is combine nature with man-made subjects. So I'm trying to use the natural light that we've got left in this twilight, as well as the moon, which you may have seen in a photograph a minute ago, with the artificial light, the man-made light from the lampposts, the Christmas lights that are still up, because like I say, it's the 2nd of January when I was filming this video, and then also to combine them with nature as well. So yeah, just whatever I can find to play around with, just have a bit of fun. But it's just so lovely, I think, especially at twilight. You really see that interplay between the natural light that's still left and that man-made light. Of course, it's proving to be challenging doing this handheld. I'm either having to be remarkably still or bump my ISO up very high. Just now, I've just put it up to 10,000. I don't know if I've ever used ISO 10,000 before. We'll give it a go. But even with that, at f6.3, I'm only getting 1/8 of a second. Wow. But if my hand's steady enough, hopefully these images will work. I love these images. The way the tree naturally frames a tall booth creates a beautifully balanced composition, almost as if nature itself intended to showcase this landmark. The combination of the blue twilight and warm orange glow of the streetlights forms a pleasing colour palette. The tall booth is one of the main features of the town. The current structure was believed to have been built in 1838, making it 187 years old. I don't know how these are going to turn out, but something that I feel is kind of cool that I've just been doing. I've done it a few times now. You may have seen a photograph earlier on if it was nice enough to share, and I've just done it again, is combining the moon, which we've got a beautiful new moon just now, with the man-made streetlights to once again show that interaction between nature and man-made. And I think it's quite nice as well with that natural light of the moon, that of course is caused by the sun, combined with the light that we have created through the streetlights. I just think it's, I don't know, it's something about it, combining those two elements. I really like it. I guess it could be quite a philosophical question, something to ponder. And maybe that's what I'm trying to achieve with these images today, is to open up questions through photography. You know, there's that famous saying, isn't there, that a photograph can say 1,000 words. And it is so true. And especially when you look at some of these projects and things that photograph pollution, environmental struggles and stuff like that, some of the images are just harrowing. You know, they really catch your attention and they really have a story attached to them. And although these images may not be quite as harrowing or as eye-catching or have quite as much depth to them, I think on a more subtle level they can maybe provoke some quite interesting questions. So let me show you the image I've just created with the moon and the street light. Hopefully it's turned out okay. It's very difficult, I'm finding anyway, to both focus in this light as well as do things handheld. But it's all part of the fun. But let me know, what does this photograph evoke within you? I look forward to hearing your responses in the comments below. As I got to the end of that clip, I was getting very distracted by the moon. I have a lovely photo to share with you of this moment in a minute, but first, here is the streetlight and moon combined, as mentioned. I am so fascinated by the moon this afternoon. God, the moon is just such a fascinating thing to witness, and I think we often see beautiful full moon photographs created, which are just incredible. There is something though for me about that new moon. There is that sense of new beginnings, but also just that beautiful shape in the sky. It's quite something. Now before we get to the second half of the photo walk, which includes a waterfall, a potential Northern Lights display and a swan encounter, it's time to introduce the sponsor of today's video, MPB. Every image in this video was created with my 24 to 200mm lens. This lens is my favourite lens for photo walks like this. As you can see, it is incredibly versatile, letting me frame anything from street landscapes to intimate sky photos, all with one lens. It's also compact and lightweight, making it the perfect companion for walking. If you're thinking about investing in a lens like this, or any gear for that matter, why not consider checking out MPB? MPB is the largest global platform for visual storytellers to buy, sell and trade used photo and video gear. They buy directly from us, the creators, and sell directly to us, keeping creativity flowing with circulatory and sustainability in mind. And that's not all.
Their gear is, on average, a third cheaper than buying new, and it comes with a 6-month warranty, giving you peace of mind with your creative purchase. I've used MPB myself and love how they make it so quick and easy to buy, sell and trade gear. So why not check them out and see if they have your dream gear in stock, so you can feel inspired to head outdoors and create magical Twilight photographs. Now, back to the photo walk around town. Following appreciating the moon, it was time to walk to the waterfall. We'd had a lot of rain in the week leading up to this, and it was running pretty strong. I decided to attempt to photograph it, mainly focusing on the section of water that was reflecting the streetlights. I was amazed by the electric zigzags that appeared in the image.
Wow, look at the stars. And down here, I got that beautiful swan. I just noticed in that video that I just filmed that it looks really pink in that direction. I know the Northern Lights have been out the last couple of nights. Oh my god, is that the Northern Lights? Wait a minute. Unfortunately, I came out with a half-dead battery and it's about to die. Let me see if that's the Northern Lights.
Without a tripod, it was impossible to hold the camera still for long enough to photograph any potential Northern Lights. So I got creative and used a bin as an anchor. I didn't need the image to be pin sharp after all, just clear enough to show the colour in the sky.
No. No. It's not the Northern Lights, I think it's just the camera's natural hue. Oh, anyway, got me excited for a moment, which was quite exciting. And look, here's some swans. Hiya. Hello. I wonder if I could photograph the swans before my camera dies. Don't know, do some interesting long exposure thing. I'm playing. Let's just see. Give it a go. Why not? I've just been doing a little bit of ICM with the swan and the effect is really creative. This is quite interesting. Oh no, the swans are going away now. I may have missed my opportunity. I did photograph a few before they started going away. There's 2 in there, 2 in here, which may actually be pretty creative.
As I pressed the shutter button, I intentionally moved my camera to create a sense of motion. Giving the low light and the swan's natural movement, I embraced the inevitable blur and turned it into artistic choice. Later, during post-processing, I decided to convert the image to black and white, as I didn't find the orange glow from the streetlights particularly attractive. Monochrome palette not only highlighted the swan's white feathers, but also added a retro feel to the images.
Who would have thought it, eh? I come out very spur of the moment, seeing the beautiful twilight, go for a walk around my town, my hometown, and get creative. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I created a video in December. You may have seen it. It was called I Struggle at This Time of the Year, and it was about how my hands get so cold. As you can see, I've got my hand bunched up just now in this glove because it's absolutely freezing. I'm going to have to go home now, I think, because in the last 5 minutes my hands have just got so numb. But it's interesting, since posting that video and reading everybody's responses on your own experience at this time of year, I've ended up being so inspired. I've been photographing every day, and I think it's a conscious effort to try and push through this time of year and connect with it, because it's so beautiful. But when I do get to the stage where my hands start to go numb, it really isn't pleasant. But a nice thing to end this video, I think, is just to say, if you're at home and you're finding you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on the internet, you're getting a sore head, you're feeling a bit burnt out, you need a break, just grab your camera and head outdoors. And if you look out the window at any point and you see beautiful light, don't hesitate. Just go. If you can, just go. I think as this afternoon, this last hour or so has proved, it's so fun. I've just been in this little world of self-discovery while creating this video, while admiring this beautiful twilight and reconnecting with the time of the day that I haven't photographed for so long. I won't know till I go home, but I think those moon images were kind of cool, and those swan photographs shows that we can apply ICM to many different situations. And all that's left to say is I wish you a very blessed and creative week.